Welcome, Cancer, to your reading for the second half of November. Today, we're just going to jump right in. And in your first house, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So, in the first house, that will represent your identity, your essence for this entire reading. The Two of Pentacles is all about duality, balance, juggling priorities. And it may feel like things are a bit rocky when that's happening, but you can trust the process. I don't know where that's going to land in terms of more priority of work or relationships or however, but we'll see. So, let's see what the clarifier says with that too, friend.
Oh, okay. Interesting. In your first house of identity, you have the Nine of Wands. So this is a card of conviction, determination, um, really keeping going against, whatever resistance you might be experiencing. So this is some determination in you, in your sense of self, Cancer, and maybe some determination around bringing things into balance. So yeah, nice strong start.
Beautiful. In the second house, Cancer, you have the Four of Swords. Second house is work and value and resources. And this card is asking you to take a pause, have some rest. Maybe you're really craving that time out for yourself. And what will happen is actually a blessing coming through, an insight built around what you need to step forward into for your work, your next steps in your job or your career, but also how you're going to build that abundance and wealth for yourself. So let's see what the clarifier says with how that will happen.
Interesting. You have the Two of Swords, Cancer. So this showing up in your second house of how you create your abundance, what you're resourced with, your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. This is saying that what you're resourced with is your intuition. The Two of Swords is all about going within. She's got that blindfold on, so she has no choice but to go deep within. So the more you trust your intuition, the more likely you are to bring about abundance.
Lovely message. In the third house, Cancer, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is in the house of communication and ideas. It's the house of your hard work paying off, and also just paying attention to what you've already, all the seeds you've already sown, and that's growing and flourishing. And maybe you haven't been able to recognize how that's benefiting you in terms of the way you communicate yourself and express yourself, your ideas. But that is definitely noticed, I think. And once you start to notice that too, that's going to just keep compounding on itself and bringing more and more value with how you speak and communicate. What's the clarifier saying, Fran?
Oh, okay, interesting. We have the Five of Pentacles here showing up in your third house of communication. So this is about not drawing attention to your weaknesses or your vulnerabilities. So I wonder if sometimes Cancer, and this is a little bit of a Cancerian thing, both Em and I can relate, being Cancerians, you might feel a little bit vulnerable around what you're communicating, how you're communicating. And I feel what's being asked of you at this time is to trust yourself. You've done the work, you know your stuff, to draw from that first, the first card in your first house, the Nine of Wands, drawing from that determination around, like, I know stuff, I've got something to say. So yeah, just trust that you have the strength and you can communicate in a really effective way. And that's going to bode very well for you, Cancer.
Lovely. In the fourth house, Cancer, your house, you've got the Hanged Man. This is all about comfort zone and what's familiar, your chosen family. So the Hanged Man is always asking us, things are as they are, whether we can or can't change them, focusing on what's within your control rather than out of your control. Is there something happening in the home front or internally that is not the most comfortable, but you have to sit with it and see what will emerge on the other side? Let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Interesting. You have the Seven of Swords. That's quite the tongue twister. Seven of Swords showing up in your fourth house, your house, as Em said. So a little bit of tact maybe needed in the home. So this is a card of tactics and strategy. So you might feel that you need to tiptoe around matters on the home front. The sense that I get is for a lot of you, strategizing is working really well. The thought that's popping into my head is you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar, but maybe not overdoing it. Every now and then, just saying what you need to say. So strategy balanced with speaking your truth on the home front. So This is also about how you feel at home in the world and being at home in your own skin. So, yeah, the same applies maybe to the truths that you're telling yourself. Sometimes you can be strategic with yourself, and sometimes you might just need to give yourself those home truths.
Love it, friend. In the fifth house, we have the Temperance card. Every reading so far, we've had this card. And the fifth house is about self-expression. It's about the inner child. And it's the placement of Leo. So Temperance is all about knowing how to actually take the time to refine. You're building on your progress, similar to the eight. The Eight of Pentacles in the third house. However, the Temperance card is a major arcana, so it's really good. It's excelled at refining. Sometimes we can get caught in that endless loop of trying to make things better. It can lead into perfectionism, but when we're really utilizing it well, it's actually leading us closer to victory, to our broader goals, and particularly with self-expression. This is about maybe connecting to the card in the previous house about being tactful and diplomatic. So let's see what the clarifier says.
Beautiful. Two of Cups. This is lovely, landing in your house of creative expression, creativity, all things creative. It's ruled by Leo, so it's about shining your light. I feel that you're going to meet somebody in your chosen creative sphere. This is kind of like a twin soul card, twin flame card, and it's somebody that's not your usual type. So it's about growing enough to accept differences so you can really enjoy and celebrate the differences in the other person. So if you've just taken up a class that's creative, look out for a little twin flamey flame, a little bit of frisson.
I just had to remember when you were talking about that, Fran. I'm watching this Netflix series. It's a crime series on twin flame. Have you heard of that cult? It's so
No, oh.
it's so crazy. Oh my God, you should definitely watch it. If anyone's out there and you haven't seen it, definitely worth seeing. It's just amazing. And it's built off that concept of the twin flame. So watch out as well. If someone's saying that they're your twin flame and you're not feeling it, maybe just look a little closer and see if they're speaking the truth. All right, moving right along. In the sixth house, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so sixth house being about work, making decisions, Ten of Pentacles being the most abundant card in the whole entire deck. I feel like there's some really big success coming your way, Cancer. I'm really hoping for us, Fran, as well, that at work we're going to get a raise or some kind of promotion. That's what this card is all about. And if it's not like fiscal or tangible wealth, it's definitely something that will boost your potential in terms of getting to that stage. And in terms of making a decision, whatever path you choose, it's going to be the right one. So you can take confidence in that. What's the clarifier saying there, Fran?
Oh, wow. Abundance, big time. The Empress. So, on top of the wish fulfillment of the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Empress, which is just all about abundance. She personifies abundance. So, what is going on for you at work, Cancer? So, sixth house, as Em was saying, it rules your workplace. So, that could be any work. It could be a project that you're working on, a passion project, something creative, as well as just your workplace. Huge abundance coming in for you, Cancer. Keep going, whatever it is.
Yeah, loud and clear. All right. Seventh house, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups in the seventh house of relationships, partnerships, it could be friendships and relationship to self. This is all about dreams. You've got some fantasy happening, and it's an opportunity to reflect on what fantasy that is, what wish you're wanting to bring into existence, and how you can actually ground that and make it a reality. Sometimes we dream so much we think it's okay, that can stay in fantasy land. I don't need to make that real. And then we forget the aspects to it that can actually be made tangible, which would actually improve our lives so much further. So let's see what the clarifier says in terms of how we can do that.
Interesting. You have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man has put himself into a state of suspension so he can achieve enlightenment. So this showing up in the seventh house of relationship. I feel like you're going to be enlightened about your relationship, whether it be an existing relationship or a new one coming in. There's going to be a light bulb moment happening for you, is what I get there.
Lovely. In the eighth house, we've got the High Priestess. And this is a great card to have in the eighth house of transformation, change, shared resources. I feel like the High Priestess is intuition that has been built cumulatively and collectively through the community. And you can tap into the wisdom of the community through the High Priestess because everybody, I guess, in a way, is connected through our energy in the whole entire world, in the universe, and it's something that we can really benefit from. So how can what's happening around us in the world actually inform your decisions, inform the way that you transform over this next fortnight? It could be paying attention to what's happening politically, paying attention to what's happening in your immediate local community, and using that to funnel your intuition. Let's see what the clarifier says, how you can do that.
Chariot. So this is very much full steam ahead in your eighth house of transformation. Whatever change you're hoping to bring about, it's got chariot energy behind it. So I would say keep working on the transformation, the changes. This is a card of success, and it's a card that heralds in a whole new world, a whole new way of being. So really exciting, Cancer.
Great. And then in the
Your
ninth
card.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly. In the ninth house, we have the Four of Wands. So something about higher thinking, expansion, the higher mind. There is a celebration coming through. The Four of Wands is also a portal, a threshold that you step through in order to get to that place of celebration, success. So whatever it is that you're putting your mind to, what you're learning at the moment, any projects that you're completing, it's a really positive omen for that to keep going. What's the clarifying card there, Fran?
Oh, okay. Knight of Cups.
Mm.
Very lovely. This is a knight in shining armor, landing in your ninth house of expansion, adventure, higher mind. I feel for those of you looking for love, you could meet somebody who has this kind of energy, and you might meet them somewhere in the realm of higher mind, so meditation, taking I don't know, an abundance class, something like that. I also feel that this is your energy, Knight of Cups energy, and expansion and adventure. I just feel that this is coming in for you. So expansion, adventure, this Knight of Cups energy, being your own hero and taking the lead. Really nice, Cancer.
Yeah, I'm also really getting messages of a union happening, Knight of Cups and Four of Wands. It's just like marriage ceremony. If you're not into that, it's just meeting someone, hopefully, or a friend who would be really beneficial for you at this time. In the 10th house, you have the Tower card. This is such a good card to have in the 10th house because it's about how does what you've been through actually drive success and change and transformation for you in the public eye. So how will people recognize the shifts that you've made since something terrible had happened in the past? I don't know what that is. It would have been either recent or distant past, but the Tower card is always about a lightning strike of change, of insight, of growth. And it's always positive, especially being in the 10th house. It's also about your career. So whatever it is that happened that led to this insight will inform your success publicly. What's the clarifying card saying, Fran?
I also get there, the tower being a card of change, that some of you might be having a career change. So that's exciting. Oh, lovely. We have the always welcome Eight of Pentacles. So this is your hard work paying off, Cancer. So you've really been hard at it. You're on your very last pentacle. You're almost finished. Don't give up. You're just at the threshold, and your hard work is going to pay off. And this is landing in your house of career. So this is heralding in a really positive time for you, Cancer.
Yeah, love it. In the 11th house, you've got the Fool. Fool card is a repeat card in all of our readings, but it's so wishful, it's so wistful. There's something really dreamlike coming through in the 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. I wonder if you're wishing for having more of that Fool-like energy. This may be over the next 2 weeks, the time that that's going to happen, really manifesting that and bringing that into reality for yourself, Cancer, I think will go a long way. What's the clarifier card saying, Fran?
I just got the inspired as always, as I am by you, that I feel like there's a, a real wish to return to the innocence that the Fool represents, particularly with everything going on in the world at this time. So carve out some time, like maybe watch some old cartoons that you used to love as a child and just yeah, just inhabit your own little corner of the world that speaks to that innocence. And our clarifier, interesting. This is really summing up the expansion that you're being called into. So the Two of Wands, he's got the world in his hand and he's about to step out into a whole new world. This is a call to adventure. This is a call to expansion. So it's really asking you to heed that call and take it, Cancer.
Mm-hmm. And Fran, is the 11th house connected to Aquarius at all for some reason?
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah, so I
hopes
was
and
thinking about that.
wishes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as I was thinking about that is it Pluto moving into Aquarius
Mm.
sometime soon, and that expansion through the world, and looking at the world events at the moment, how that can actually channel that wish. So yeah, I was just resonating with that. A different frequency, but similar.
Yeah, beautiful.
In the 12th house, we have finally the Eight of Cups. And this card is similar to the Five of Cups in walking away from something that's no longer serving. The Five of Cups is not in this reading. It's not in this reading, right? Did it come up as a clarifier? Oh, no.
Which one?
The Five of Cups?
No, we
Sorry,
haven't had
just
the
threw
Five
it.
of Cups
Usually
yet.
when one of us is clarifying, it's like the other person gets a break and they're just like, and then a quick reset. But sorry, I just I just threw you in there. But so no Five of Cups. We've got
No
the Eight
Five
of
of
Cups.
Cups.
Yeah, and I guess it's just similar energy, but in being in the 12th house, the Eight of Cups is transformation through grief and that stage of grief that is towards completion. And I know we never complete grieving, but more in the sense of I'm really familiar with this feeling of grief. I know where this is going to take me. I've done a lot of learning and growing. I'm open to whatever's next. So that's the energy of the Eight of Cups. And in the 12th house, that's the transformation. So it's a really positive omen in that sense. What's the clarifier saying there, Fran?
I just got there that perhaps you've been really private and hidden about your grief, and the 12th house is about all things hidden
Mm.
that want to be made known. So perhaps it's time to share some of your grief with a trusted friend or a counselor. Is just what came up for me. And the clarifier, oh, beautiful! It's you, Cancer. It's the Queen of Cups. So this is more Queen of Cups energy coming through, bursting through out into the world. So from the hidden aspects or the unconscious aspects of you being made conscious. So more of this beautiful Queen of Cups energy being made conscious and coming out into the world. So this really just means you being more of who you are, all of that beautiful Cancerian energy. She's deeply intuitive. She's resting back in the victory, really, of who she is, mastering the emotions. So, what a positive end to a fantastic reading, Cancer.
Yeah, thanks for reading with us, Cancer. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you at the next one.